When Richard Rogers first sat down at the anchor desk at News 12, George Bush Sr. was president. Gas was 65 cents a gallon, and Richard's hair was admittedly a few shades darker. But today we are celebrating 3 decades on air for a man who really needs no introduction or wrinkle cream because he never ages. Join us as we take a look back and celebrate our favorite anchor man.
WRDW-TV, Augusta.
I'm Richard Rogers.
For 30 years, he's been the voice behind the good times.
Welcome back live to Augusta National. You know, there's a lot of...
And there to guide us through the bad.
We have to imagine that with the stalled engine, he put it down where he could, and that was right here.
Before he landed in Augusta, he traveled up and down the East Coast from Savannah to Wilmington, then Jacksonville.
Here at Nags Head, when high tide finally went out last night.
He traded in his morning alarm for the evening news and moved with his wife and all-time favorite co-anchor, Jill, making North Augusta their home. It's where his son Zach and daughter Zoe were born and raised.
Pros of being Richard Rogers' daughter and my dad being the newsman is that all my friends thought that he was so cool, and they used to beg him to read the Polar Express to them whenever they would come over.
It's hard to believe it's been 30 years. You've certainly been doing it for longer than I can remember.
And he has the bubblegum cigar boxes welcoming Zach and Zoe into the world in his desk drawer still to prove it.
I think the most impressive thing is that somehow you haven't aged a day. So congratulations again from us. We love you.
Cons is that we could not go to Publix without the bakery ladies stopping us and asking for autographs and photos. Congratulations to 30 years, Dad. You're the best dad I could ever know. And cheers to 30 more years on the news.
His favorite Augusta news memories span from covering musical greats like the Godfather of Soul,
Richard Rogers.
Sharon Jones,
Here's to beating cancer.
Right.
Here's to Miss Sharon Jones.
Well, thank you.
Cheers.
and Jesse Norman. And of course, his favorite assignment every year, the Masters Tournament.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Richard Rogers, live at Augusta National.
But his impact on journalism isn't just felt here in Augusta.
Hi from Miami.
RR, it's LT out in the field here in Atlanta.
Hi, Richard from Boston.
From all the way in Portland, Oregon.
Double R, Richard, it's me coming at you from Atlanta at 4 a.m.
It's all over the world in the stories told every day by hundreds of journalists who've learned a little something from their time in Augusta from one of the greats.
You are a legend and an icon in the market. And to me personally, I consider you a friend and a mentor, somebody who really helped me out as I was learning and growing in journalism.
Richard, my dear, I love you so much. Congratulations on 30 years.
I am so grateful to have worked with you, to have learned from you, to be inspired by you, encouraged by you, to be in a band with you, and to be your running buddy.
Thank you so much for all of your advice and help. There's so many journalists, including myself, that are spread out all across the country that you have taught how to tell stories.
You made me a better journalist, you made me a better runner, and you definitely made me a better person too.
You're one of the nicest people ever, but your work ethic, you bring so much to the community, to the station, and so many people are just so grateful for all the things that you've done over the years.
Congratulations on 30 years.
So until he rolls into retirement, hopefully in another decade or so, join us in saying congratulations on 30 years to the best of the best, Richard Rogers.
It's actually next week.
So we'll just re-rack that and roll it back.
Wow, I'm stunned. I'm glad I don't have to read one more word off a teleprompter right now. But thank you for putting that together and for contacting all those good friends all over the country.
It's so easy to put something together for Richard because everyone wants to talk about him. Everyone loves you from generations before us. So we're just all lucky to work with you.
Well, we landed in a great spot. We made a home here. And like I said earlier, we're able to raise kids in one market through elementary school, middle school, high school. That doesn't happen in TV news, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah.